everyone. Good evening, or should I say good afternoon. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Henrietta Akalazzi with Everything Nonprofit A to Z and Talkitpreneur. I'm back today because we have a little bit of update on the EIDL grant. We haven't discussed that in a while because there was nothing to discuss. They hadn't said anything. We didn't know anything. And I did not want to keep taking you guys in loops because a lot of people are really hoping and praying for that to come through for them. But I just wanted to come tonight to kind of give you guys some interesting facts that's happening for the EIDL that we can start looking forward to. Okay. So for some, it may be good information. For some, but I want you guys to do something for me. Hit subscribe, hit like, hit share, because you never know who this is going to impact and help. Okay. Help. Lord have mercy. Help. All right, guys. All right. So I'm going through the SBA Targeted EIDL Advanced Facts. So Q's and A's. Okay, so the Q's and A's that they put on their page, we're going to just kind of go through it and see what they're saying here. All right. First question is, can I apply now? So we're talking about the application process. Can I apply now? The SBA said that applicants must wait until they receive an email invite from the SBA to apply for the new Targeted EIDL Advance. So that lets us know that they are going to have an application process, okay? They're going to have an application process, and it's going to be through invitation only, okay? These things can change, but this is what they're saying now, okay? Now, probably nobody has received an invitation. Maybe you have. We're going to get into that also, okay? But let's kind of go a little bit further into that. It says, in accordance with the EIDL Hard-Hit Small Businesses, Nonprofits, and Venues Act, businesses and nonprofit organizations that received a previous EIDL advance in an amount of less than $10,000, because the max is $10,000. We've talked about that. So if you got $4,000, you should be getting $6,000 through that invitation from the SBA. Okay, you will have first priority. So nonprofits, woo, nonprofits, hard-hit businesses. Okay. And those going through the Venues Act, the Economic Aid Act. Okay. We can talk about that in another video. You just have to subscribe. Okay. Like and share. So it's saying that, businesses and nonprofit organizations that received a previous EIDL advance in an amount of less than $10,000 will have first priority to apply for the targeted EIDL advance, and will be the first group to receive email invites to the application portal. Okay. Everybody's sitting on the edge of the seat. Y'all want to know when it's going to happen, right? Don't worry. Stay tuned to this video and I will let you know. All right. So they said the second priority group are businesses and nonprofit organizations that applied for the EIDL assistance before December 27 and did not receive the EIDL. So businesses and nonprofits that applied and you received nothing, zero, zip, zap, zip. Where's my money? You are going to be the second priority group. Okay. And then if you did apply and you did not receive the EIDL because funding was exhausted by mid-July 2020, you are also second priority. You're also in that second priority group. Okay, so let's scroll down a little bit more. All right. So the second question says, when will the SBA begin sending email invites to the first priority group? Let's find out. The SBA will begin sending email invites to the businesses and nonprofit organizations that receive the EIDL advance in an amount of less than $10,000 starting on February 1st. So guys, some people have already gotten their emails. Exciting, because today is February 2nd. And I'm like, TikTok, I'm a nonprofit. TikTok, we need our money. I'm just joking. But because I'm a nonprofit, I'm expecting mine any day now. I have not gotten mine. If I got mine, I will let you guys know what the process looked like. But I have not received mine. But stay tuned and you will definitely find out more, especially when I receive my EIDL and when others are reporting to me that they have received their EIDL and what the process felt like to them. Okay. And what the email looked like, because you don't know what to look for. Guys, you have to be very cautious because there are so many scammers and spam out there. You have to know an official email when you see one. Okay. It's going to say sba.gov, not SBA@gmail.com. Okay. Not SBA@yahoo.com. It's going to say such and such, whoever that person name, a lawyer or case manager, whoever it is that's reaching out to you. And at the end, it's going to say at sba.gov. Okay, forget about if it has their logo on it. Anybody can pin a logo to an email. That's what scammers, spammers do. Okay, you need to look at that email address and make sure that is an official. Do not get overexcited when you get an email and think that it's official. You need to check. I always check. Well, I always, the spam scammers from PayPal always send me something. When I click the email, I'm like, I knew it. So you have to be extremely careful. These are some of the main reasons that the government does not like to email. But of course, these are the times that we live in, and these are the things that they have to do. Okay? All right. So the next question, when will the SBA begin? We started talking about that February 1st, which was yesterday. So they started sending. I did get an email on Sunday, but it was about the loan, not the EIDL target advance. I will keep you abreast. If I get anything about the advance, you will know. You'll be the first to know. Well, actually, I'll be the first to know. You guys will be the second to know. All right. So it may take several weeks before all emails are sent to businesses in the first priority group. So please do not be alarmed if you did not receive your invite right away. I'm not alarmed. I'm patiently waiting because good things come to those who wait. So those in my group, all my viewers, we're going to patiently wait because we want good things. Love you guys. We're not done yet. Okay. All right. So the invite to apply will be sent to the primary contact email address associated with your original EIDL application. I have reached out to several of my clients. Guys, I need you guys to be checking your email. But guess what? If you're not checking your email, that's a problem because you're going to miss the invite. And I'm pretty sure it has a deadline on it. So you can't call me to call the SBA. They're not going to do anything about it because guess what? There are millions of people, okay, let's say thousands of groups, businesses that really want their money also. So if you're there delaying their time, they're going to move on, right? All right. All communications from SBA will be sent from an official government email with an at sba.gov ending. We just talked about that. Please do not send sensitive information via email to any address that does not end in sba.gov. If I'm nonprofit Hotmail 501c3, guess what? You're not going to get an answer. You're not going to get my social security number. If you're asking for, you're not even going to get a response. Actually, you're going to get the trash delete button. Number 3. When will the SBA begin sending email invites to the second priority group? The SBA will closely monitor the rate of applications and approvals for the first priority group and will announce projected start date for the second priority group. So those of you who are going to be playing around when you get your email, not checking your email, slowly responding, slowly sending what they need, slowly reaching out to me to help you, guess what? You're stopping people from getting their money because the SBA can't move to the second priority group until they finish dealing with you and me. Okay. Number 4, does the SBA plan to open up the program to new applications beyond the first 2 priority groups? So currently there are no plans to open the targeted EIDL Advanced program to new applicants beyond the first 2 priority groups. The SBA's ability to accept new applications for the targeted EIDL Advanced program will depend on the availability of funds. We've all talked about the money. We've talked about the money in many of the videos. We know how much money is being allocated here. Okay, there's enough money for everybody. There's enough money for new applications, but it's not my call. It's the SBA call. Because number 1, we talked about it just now. Everybody's not even going to answer their emails. Okay, some people have completely shut down. Some people have, Lord have mercy, things have happened to people. I don't want to put the list out there, but things have happened to people. And so not everybody's going to get that money. Okay, so if they open it up, it's going to be based on the availability of funds. I believe that's going to be highly likely that they are going to open it back up. I don't believe that this is something that's going to be a quick fix, temporary type situation where they're just giving out this money and they're going to flee gone. But they want to get away from all the fraud that happened. So they want to really take their time, and I don't blame them. There's too much fraud happened the first time around, way too much. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Number 5, do I have to reapply if I receive less than 10,000 funds? So no, we talked about this, guys. Do not reapply. Wait for that email to come from the sba.gov email address, and then you will know what to do because they will give you instructions to follow. But I guess I should have kept to the script. Sorry, I got excited because we've gone over that answer before. Do not reapply. Okay. So the targeted EIDL Advance is a different program than the EIDL Advance and has a different process. So now they're calling this one the targeted EIDL Advance, meaning that they're targeting who they're giving the money to. Okay, the EIDL Advance was basically you apply, you get the money, because they were trying to help people out during those times. But the targeted email advance, they're taking their time. They're targeting who they're giving it to. We have the first priority group, we have the second priority group, and if all else, if there's more money left over, they'll have the third priority group, which are those who did not apply at all. Okay. So let's keep talking here. Here, the SBA will reach out directly to the EIDL. We talked about that. Advance of less than $10,000 maximum, provide instructions to the business owners about how to provide the SBA with the required information to determine eligibility and how to submit documentation for any additional grant funds. Bingo! They're not going to email you and say, Henrietta, you're getting the rest of your $10,000. You're going to get $9,000. No. Basically, they're emailing you to ask you questions, ask for documentation, try to see your eligibility on how much you're going to get, and then they're going to give you the money. Guys, they have to do this, and I don't blame them. The fraud was too much. I don't work for the SBA, and I saw a lot of fraud. It was too much. So please be patient. If you get that email, send them what they're looking for. Send them what they're looking for if you can. And if you're confused, you know how to find me. And if you don't know how to find me, leave a message in the comment box and I will definitely reach back out to you. Okay, with some kind of an answer. We'll fish for the answer together. We'll get the answer. We'll get you rolling. Okay? All right. Number 6. Should I reapply if I didn't receive the original EIDL advance funds because those funds were exhausted? The answer is no. We went through that just now, so we won't waste too much time to go over it again. Number 7. While I am waiting for the SBA invitation to apply for the targeted EIDL advance, what are some things I can do to prepare to apply? So if you have not yet filed your 2019 federal tax return, you should complete that process. So if you don't have your 2019 taxes, you should do that. Okay. You will also be required to provide the business monthly gross receipts for each month from January through the most recent month to date period. You need to give them receipts from January 2019. We're in February 2021. That's 2 years plus. That was a party pooper. Yes. That was a party pooper. I basically brought rain to the pool party. I didn't bring it. I didn't write this. Let's go over that again. What are some things I can do to prepare to apply? If you have not yet filed your 2019, this is on SBA.gov website. This is not me making it up. 2019 federal tax return. You should complete that process. You will also be required to provide the business monthly gross receipts for each month from January 2019 through the most recent month to date period. This information will be used to determine that your business meets the greater than 30% reduction that we've talked about in revenue requirement during an 8-week period beginning on March 2nd, 2020. Let that sink in. We'll just go to number 8 now. What documentation will I need to provide? Applicants who meet the low-income community criteria will be asked to provide gross monthly revenue for January 2019 through the most recent month-to-date period. All forms are combined monthly earnings received, such as profits or salaries. To confirm the reduction in revenue, they may also be asked to provide an IRS Form 4506T to allow the SBA to request tax information on the applicant's behalf. Tax verification process, the requirements for businesses in the U.S. territories may differ. Careful what you wish for. I'm just joking. So you guys get your taxes ready. Get your receipts ready. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be as vigorous as you're thinking. Okay. I'm pretty sure we can all show a loss. Okay. So question number 9, my business is located in U.S. territory. What documentation does the SBA require from us? Basically, they're saying that they're going to get you to sign the 4506T so that they can get your taxes. Okay, and we're talking about like Puerto Rico, Virgin Islands, American Samoa, Guam, and CNMI. All right. Eligibility. My business moved since I originally applied for EIDL assistance. Am I still eligible for the targeted advance? The SBA will reach out to you directly to confirm your address. If your address has changed, the SBA will request additional documentation. Same thing with your bank account. If your bank account have changed, you need to let the SBA know at that time. Okay. We talked about who is eligible for the new targeted EIDL advance. We talked about that. Businesses that have 300 or fewer employees are located in federally identified low-income communities and can demonstrate a reduction in revenue of more than 30% during an 8-week period beginning on March 2nd, 2020 or later. Okay. Most of us had no operation, 0 to no operation in 2020. So, yeah, they're looking for that reduction. 8 weeks. That's about how long we were locked down. Yeah. Nothing was happening. Nothing was shaking. Nothing was moving. There's a lot of nonprofits that got grants. Do you still need the EIDL? But you don't have to use that time frame. You can use any time frame. Most of the time, we don't get a lot of grants in November, December. Sometimes we do. I don't know. Number 13, are agriculture enterprise businesses eligible for the new targeted EIDL advance? No. They got a lot of money the first time. They shut down the applications process specifically for agriculture businesses to be able to apply in their own time frame. So this time around, no, they're not eligible for the targeted EIDL advance. What type of businesses are not eligible? Some examples of ineligible businesses include those engaged in illegal activities. So, no, the pimp business is not making it. It's not happening. The illegal drug businesses, they're not eligible. Okay, loan packaging, speculation, multi-sales distribution, gambling, investment, or lending. All right. Program criteria. What is meant by targeted related to the new COVID EIDL event? So why did they put the word targeted? We talked about that a little bit, but I'm going to read you what they said. The Economic Aid Act signed into law on December 27 authorized the SBA to provide additional EIDL funds to certain small businesses that meet specific eligibility criteria. Currently, these targeted EIDL advance funds are only available to businesses with fewer 300 or fewer employees that had previously applied to the SBA for EIDL. Okay, so basically they're targeting who they want to give the money to. They have guidelines, and they have, because there are people who had more than 300 employees that applied for the EIDL and got the advance the first time. Guess what? They can't get the balance, or they already got the 10,000. I don't even know why we're talking about this. They already got the 10,000 because obviously they had more than 10 employees, so they got the targeted EIDL advance. I'm so confused. Aren't you guys confused? Because if they have 300 employees, even if that's the minimum, that means they got the 10,000, because at that time they were doing 10,000 1,000 per employee. So you have 10 employees, you were only getting 10,000. If you have 20 employees, you were only getting 10,000. And if you received the 10,000 last time, you're not going to be eligible for it this time, because that's the max that they're trying to give. Next. So guys, we're not going to go through the rest of the questions, but I just kind of wanted to give you guys a feel, because the rest of the questions really do not apply to you guys. So what can you use the EIDL for? Normal operating expenses, okay? How much can my business receive? Up to 10,000. So basically, we talked about all these things. How long will it take to receive the funds? Once the SBA has received all requested documentation, we will process the information and issue any additional funds as quickly as possible. They're telling you all of that should happen within 21 days. So documentation to funding, right? Will the targeted EIDL advance funds I receive be subtracted from the PPP? No. They changed that, and I'm glad they did. How does the SBA define gross receipts? Gross receipts include all revenue in whatever form received or accrued from whatever source, including from the sales or products or services, interest, dividends, rents, royalties, fees, or commissions reduced by returns and allowances for the applicant businesses. All your all your deposits. And if you have cash, you have to prove that in your own way. If you get Cash App, you have to prove that in that way. If it's whatever way it may be. You have to be able to show that. Okay. What else? Who should business owners contact with additional questions? And there is an email here and a phone number. The phone number is 1-800-659-2955. Please do not quote me on that. I am looking at the SBA.gov website, but you can go on there and confirm. You can just kind of Google targeted advance at SBA is the email, but you can Google targeted EIDL program and see who they want you to reach out to. But the email I see here is targeted advance at sba.gov. Okay. All right. So if you guys want to see what I'm looking at, you can go to sba.gov/coronavirus relief. sba.gov/coronavirus relief. All right. So I hope I get you guys some good information tonight. I hope you guys are satisfied and pleased and ready and waiting so that when you get that email, you'll be able to do what you need to do. So guys, it started yesterday. You can get yours anytime now. All right. Talk to you guys later. Thanks for tuning in. Love you. Bye-bye.